Hello, my food mood friends. Welcome back. Chandra's Asa, Odyssey, food and mood, body mind coaching. It's working. It's really, really exciting to. As you may know by now, I'm working on a book. I'm gonna publish it in the next few months. And people keep asking me, like, what is it about? It's about the work that I do. It's about food and mood, body mind, health changes, and my perspectives and my stories. And
Welcome! Here is your hostess and coach, Chandra Zas, helping people make food and mood changes doable without missing out. Go ahead, high five that like button, subscribe and share while you're there.
So a lot of my content right now, a lot of this video podcast content is coming from my writing. So I'm writing really regularly, and it's like I already am creating the content, so why not also talk and write about it? That's at least how my brain works. And so part of the writing that I was just doing now that I wanted to also share with you here was about how my program works. And the backstory is that, as you may know by now, but for those of you who don't know, is that I was a kid that really didn't have my health. I had eczema head to toe at age 2 and asthma and on lots of medications. And then in my teens, I was depressed and constipated and overweight. And so I didn't have my health. And I just got to a point where I was like, I just am going to do whatever I can do to feel as good as I can. And when I started figuring things out and I started looking better and feeling better, and in my mind was just like, well, I'm just particularly broken. I'm overly sensitive. I have bad genes. I had this thing that I just kind of got to a point where I kind of accepted that, like, this is just what my body needs. And I'm a special problem, and that's just how it was. But then what kept happening is over the years, I kept having friends come to me and ask for health help and a lot of digestive help. And I would share what I discovered and what worked for me. And over again, it kept working for them. And so this very simple, it is quite simple, the health changes. It is what my doctor told me when I pushed him for, like, what else is there besides medications? And he's kind of murmured diet, stress, and lifestyles. He shuffled me out of his office. And that's really what it is. It's like eating nourishing foods, lowering internal stress levels, not by using escape buttons, but by actually using the awareness of our mind and our brain's thoughts and our reaction to our emotions. That's how we internally lower stress. And then lifestyle choices, which is, how we live our life, the choices we make, the things we do, how we spend our time, how we don't spend our time. It's really quite simple to get out of our body's own way and support it so that it can do what it knows how to do, which is balance and heal. Even someone like me who had all of these health troubles as a child, I was able to get to a really healthy place. And so this is what I've built my program on, is in these very simple changes. And I have this one client so before I go there to my client story, I wanted to share that, so what I thought was just something that my body in particular needed, it turned out that everybody that I was coming into contact with was having similar positive effects from the same simple food changes, stress changes that I was making. And so I started having this idea of well, maybe it's not just me, or maybe, I was particularly sensitive or particularly started in a really hard spot, but what the changes I made, they actually help everybody. Which for me, when I say everybody, it's very against marketing. Marketing, you're supposed to hone in onto a specific people. But my program, I've really come to realize is truly will benefit everybody.
Hello, my friend. How are you? I'm in the Dead Sea, floating in the water. Go ahead and like and share and follow so we can keep in touch.
So I have this client that I've been working with for a while now, and he came to me, and like most of the CEOs and business owners that I work with, where we really focus a lot on productivity and focus and brain clarity and performance, and also some lowering stress levels, but mainly their big reason to make any of these changes is because they want to be able to perform better. They want to be more on. And so this guy also came to me with the same goal. And then I shortly learned that he also had gout. He was suffering from quite a bit of gout and having a lot of pain when he was doing like the sports that he loves and sleeping. It was affecting his sleep, and he had been using medication for quite some time, and the medication had kind of stopped working. And so this was like not his main thing that he wanted to work on, and I was fine with that. We talked a little bit about it once in a while, but not the main thing. And he did my food reset. I have a 30-day food reset that I recommend for all my clients, and they choose which stage they want to do. There's like a basic, and then there's an extreme, and then you can also choose something in the middle. He chose the extreme, and he started having a lot more energy. He started feeling a lot more clear in his brain, like he's working on another business idea, and he started really having those effects. And then last week, he announced kind of casually that he was pain-free and that his gout was like cleared up and that he was off of his medications. And I mean, I was like, for me, I was just like so happy for him. And he was like, it's funny because it wasn't his main focus. I think he was happy in some regard, but for him, it was kind of like a secondary thing. But for me, it also just really reminded me and just showed me like how no matter like what pain or symptom you're coming in with, or even on the other range of like really wanting to optimize your brain, that like the same process of eating nourishing foods and lowering stress levels is like what all of our bodies need to either get out of pain or to perform at a higher level. And so it was just such a cool reaffirmation of just like how my program really is for everyone. I mean, the caveat would be like, you want to make changes, you want your brain to be better, because that want is our fuel source. That's why, as I've really honed in on my marketing and realizing like what is my slogan, and it really is like fall in love with healthy you. And the whole point of that is like not making these changes from deprivation or willpower, but from a place of wanting something different, whether it's more energy or less pain. And so, yeah, it's just, there's another few stories. Like I have another client who had a lot of pain, and she never told me that she had this lipoma that was like really oozing and bleeding for years and having all these problems. And one day she like comes to our session and she's like, is it possible that this food reset would like affect my lipoma that I've had for years? And I was like, of course. Like when we change our body's like toxin level, when we reduce the toxin level and we increase the nutrient level and we decrease our stress so that our body has energy to put into healing our body, whatever is like put on the side, like whatever lipomas or different health issues that are kind of symptoms of our body not being able to take care of itself, when we give our body that energy and space and less toxins in order to be able to have more energy to work to heal and maintain, then our body does it. So it's just, yeah, it's really, really, it's so simple. That's like what's kind of like so mind-blowing to me, is that my program is very simple. It's a lot of like re-education about what to do with our emotions, like most of us are taught to like don't cry, suck it up, and most of us are taught to eat for comfort and eat to feel good and eat to celebrate. And marketers totally mess with us around labeling things as healthy that are not healthy. And so just simply like understanding our health, our emotions and our food and our mood in a totally different way, and making simple, easy, doable changes has these like profound effects on our brains and our bodies. And yeah, it's just really, really cool, exciting stuff. So yeah, I'm writing a book all about this. This is one of the chapters. I guess it'll be a chapter. I'm not even sure how many words are in a chapter, or how many. I did look up how many words are in different levels of books: novellas, novels, short books. Anyway, I'm not sure exactly how long my book will be, but I am writing a book and I'm really excited, and I'm really wanting to get my message, get this like very simple way of understanding our health into as many hands as possible. That is my next big mission in my business, is like, how do I get this work available to not only the CEOs and business owners that I can afford my one-on-one coaching, but also to the masses who need this work more than really anyone out there. Like, it's really hard for me when I talk to people who really need and want my help, and they just like, they're on disability, they're unemployed because their health is so bad. It's like they need it the most and yet they can't afford it. And so I'm really working on finding a version of my program that is very financially affordable to anyone who wants to change their health, who wants to take their health into their own hands. Because ultimately, all my clients, also my one-on-one clients, like, we talk and I help them, but ultimately they have to do the work in between the sessions. They have to choose the foods that make them feel good after their meal instead of making them feel tired and inflamed. And yeah, it's a relationship. It's a relationship with our emotions. It's a relationship with our food. And it's the foundation to living, feeling alive, having energy, not having pain. It's my mission. It's what I'm here to do, which I feel so happy to have found. So that's it for today. And yeah, I do have a 14-day food reset that's in my app. If you want to go do the 14-day food reset for free, you're welcome to go check it out. There's a lot in there. That's a really great place to start. And I have tons of free content that you can learn a lot about your emotions and your mind. It's the same message in just multiple different formats and different filters and different stories. And I hope you have a beautiful day, and see you next time.